Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell, your girl is looking quite bummy right now, okay? I look a bit dry, I don't have a wig on, but you know what? Such is the life that we live. I am back with yet another video, and I'm gonna go from Bummy Betty to Buff Babe. I'm actually getting my hair done today, which I'm really excited about. I'm going back to the Trap House salon, so my appointment is not for another few hours, so there's a few things that I'm just going to do here, or I'm still deciding. I'm either going to do it here or I'm going to go to a coffee shop or something. But you guys know I'm not a makeup person. I'm not even someone that, you know, is into makeup like that, but for some reason you guys have been seeing improvements in my makeup skills, so I said, you know what, you guys want it, I'm going to give it to y'all. Okay, so this is so much better. You guys are a bit more close up to my face, and I can actually reach all of my stuff which is in front of me, and I've put Vaseline on my lips so they're not so dry. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys all the different things I'm using. I don't really want to talk. Do I want to talk about anything, or do I not want to talk about anything? I don't really want to talk about anything today, so I'm just going to do my makeup, and I'm going to listen to maybe a sermon or something motivational in the background as I do so, and hopefully you guys just find this therapeutic as you watch me transform. Yeah, let's get started. This is just my everyday makeup routine. Again, I don't know why you guys want to see this, but you guys want to see it, so I'm going to show y'all. I've been using I don't even know what these things are, the CBD oil from Revolution, but they basically gave me a few of these boxes from their new skincare line, which has been absolutely amazing. This one I haven't even opened yet, and apologies if the light goes in and out because I'm literally only using natural light. So this is what it looks like. I don't know if you'll be able to see the details on there. The Gold Elixir d'Or, vegan, cruelty-free, fragrance-free as well, from the Revolution skincare brand. Look, it's got little, oh, you guys are not going to be able to see, but oh, you can you see the little gold bits inside? So as you can tell, I've kind of gotten into makeup a little bit. I never wanted to admit it because I'm not a makeup YouTuber. I'm not, you know, one of them, but I do like makeup. I told you guys I wasn't going to talk about anything, but I kind of want to talk about something, okay? I want to talk about what's been going on in my life as I do my makeup. Anything that I don't mention, by the way, guys, in this video, I will make sure that I put it in the description box below, so do not worry. But this has to go all over my skin. Oh, it was great. I just wanted to talk about myself, not in a selfish, self-absorbed way, but just in a way of like something that I've been thinking a lot about recently. Basically, I've been doing a lot of speaking engagements. I've been really busy, which has been amazing. But the other day, guys, and you guys might not even believe me or whatever, but the other day I woke up in the morning. When was this? Was this Saturday? I woke up in the morning and I spoke about it at the event that I was speaking at as well, just so that people know, like, that the people that you look up to or that you think motivate you the most have to go through their own mental battles as well. So I woke up and I literally felt like the first thing that came to mind was, you're not good enough, you are a failure. Can you imagine? You're not good enough, you're this, you're that, you know, basically just all these negative thoughts, and I got like a slight sense of anxiety. Now with me, I'm not really an anxious person. I don't really worry too much about anything. I don't really get stressed out. Like, you guys know I'm a very positive, upbeat person. But even I have my moments where you can't help but that human part of you comes and kicks in, and it's like, oh my gosh, what am I doing with my life? Blah 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 blah. Like, just, you know, some negative thoughts can come into your mind, and I just wanted to just talk about it because I think a lot of people look at the most happiest people, the strongest people, the people that they look up to, and feel like they, oh my gosh, like I always get people asking me, like, how do you stay so positive and so happy 24/7? I've come to a point in my life where I am in a constant state of happy. This is not gonna, it's gonna sound almost like I've contradicted myself, but such is life, okay? If you don't get it, you don't get it. In the sense that, in general, I am generally a happy person. I am generally a very upbeat, positive, happy person. But of course, there are moments where things are hard, or moments where, oh, you're just like, oh my gosh, like, what am I doing next? Or what am I doing as a whole? There are moments where I do have those moments. And I think for me, it's hard to admit things like that because, again, you are so used to being the motivator, the whatever you want to call it, the inspirer, the person that encourages other people. People always come to you when they have issues. People always come to you when they're struggling with something. And then when it's on the other foot and you're struggling, sometimes it's really hard to ask for help. So I just wanted to talk about that because I know that there are a lot of people who are in the same place that find it really, really difficult to ask people for help or to reach out to people and just say, like, I'm going through a really difficult time. There's siren. You guys already know that I live in the east of London. But yeah, it can be super, super difficult asking for help. And, you know, I thank God that I have people in my life that cover me, especially in prayer. So yesterday I went to church and I basically was very emotional. I was crying and stuff. Not even because I'm unhappy. Like, one thing I want to say, guys, that's what I'm saying I'm not unhappy, but let me do my eyebrows. And as I'm doing my eyebrows, I think about what I'm saying so that I can explain it a bit better. I'm just going to show you guys how I do my brows. I'm going to come a bit closer, show you guys how I do my brows, but I won't talk because otherwise we're never going to get anything done. So, yeah. Okay, that is it. Those are my eyebrows. That's basically how I do my eyebrows. And then what I normally do is I'll take like a flat foundation brush. And normally what I do is I'll normally just drag, yeah, a bit pasty and pale, but hey ho. I'll normally just blend anywhere that needs to be blended and drag anything away so that we do not get that halo effect. I don't know what it is. I don't know why we find it so easy to give, and this is for people that know that they are givers. Like, they do a lot of pouring into people, they love to help other people. We find it really difficult to ask for help sometimes, which can literally be our biggest downfall. I'm gonna put it all over my eye. It's going a bit everywhere, but, and then I normally go back in with a sponge, and then I just pat over the eye. But yeah, man, it's really, really difficult sometimes. And that day, like, I just remember waking up and feeling like I don't know what it was. It was just an overwhelming feeling of like just failure, like I'm not good enough, like I'm not doing well. And a lot of people would watch this and be like, how the hell can Missy T be feeling like that? Like, how does that even happen? Like, you're doing this and you're doing that. But you've got to remember, guys, success is very relative, you know. You might look at me and think I'm successful. I'll look at myself and be like, I am nowhere near, you know. But we are also our biggest critics. I am definitely my biggest critic. I am very hard on myself. I think sometimes too hard on myself. And this is me just being honest with you guys. I think sometimes I need to chill out because I can be very, very hard on myself, especially because when you know, like, the bigger picture, like, you guys have no idea. The vision is so big, right? And I know that God has put so many things on my heart, like things that are just beyond my imagination, right? And so when you know that the vision is like out here and you're maybe like 2 centimeters into the vision, it can get a little bit frustrating sometimes. I'm a very clumsy person sometimes, you know. It can get very frustrating because it just feels like you are so far away from the goal, and it can get very, very stressful. And sometimes you do have those moments like I did. Like, I woke up and I just felt like, what am I doing with my life? But yeah, man, asking for help. And you know, one thing about me is, I don't know, I don't like bothering people with my issues or my problems, but I do have that close unit of friends who, if I'm really going through a really difficult time, I will go to them and be like, listen, can you just pray for me? Like, this is what's going on. And I'll tell them what's happening in my life and how I'm feeling, which is a very, very rarely. I very, very rarely go through those moments. Again, I'm a very positive, happy person. That's just the way I conduct my life. I just choose to be a very happy person, but sometimes the pressures of life can get to you and you just feel like, oh my goodness. One thing I would say, this is why discipline and training is really important. I've come to a place in my life where I've trained myself to the point where anytime I get negative thoughts, I can basically take possession back of my thoughts. There's a verse in the Bible that talks about taking your thoughts captive, and basically like just saying, listen, I'm not going to allow you to manifest, and you know, now I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough, and then I let it grow bigger and bigger and bigger until I'm just depressed. No, I'm not going to let that happen. So the moment that those things started coming into my mind, I was like, no, we're not doing that. So I just took some time to just close my eyes, to meditate, to pray, and just get into a really, like, basically into a place where I'm focusing my thoughts on the things that I know, not the thoughts that I'm having based on temporary emotions, but what I know based on my faith, based on, I know that, you know, God says that, you know, I'm a royal priesthood, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, I'm the salt of the earth, you know, I am a light on the hill, you know, I've been built for greatness. That is what I remind myself of, not what lies have been coming into my mind. So yeah, that was Saturday morning, and that happened, and I just wasn't feeling 100%, you know, I wasn't feeling 100% myself. And then I went to go and speak at an event, and I'm so glad the type of event it was like a Christian women's event, and we started praying, and the moment that we just started praying in that atmosphere, I felt absolutely fine. I felt great, but I was very honest about it. I was like, listen guys, like, even myself, you know, I woke up this morning, and I always know that the enemy always tries it, especially when I know that I'm going to go and deliver a talk or whatever it is. The enemy always tries to come into my mind and play with my head and just be like, you know, oh, you're not good enough or whatever. And I'm just like, really? You can try me, but you can't keep me. You can't get me, okay? You can't, you know, you can't kill my mind. You can't kill my spirit. I don't even know what I'm really saying. I'm just saying it to say that for anyone that is a serious giver, anyone that knows what I'm talking about, the person that is constantly, everyone is always coming to them to ask for advice and help, and they're always the one that people turn to, you know, I think it's really important for you to remember that you also need people that can pour into you. And again, I spoke about this at the event, and a young lady asked me, she was like, you know, I'm such a giver, I'm someone that's always doing things for other people, I'm always serving, but I feel burnt out. And I said, that's natural, you're gonna feel burnt out. I used to feel like that now I give, but I always make sure that I'm filled up as well. I pour from a place of, there's constantly people pouring into me. I used to be that person that used to always give and never receive anything in return. And it was really, really tough, because you literally burn out and you just get so tired. And I'm also the type of person now, when I know if I need a break, I'll take a break. If I need to go on holiday, I'm going to go on holiday. Before, I just used to be like always running. And then you get to E, and you're wondering why you can't run anymore, you can't move anymore. No. We don't do them things. The mental health is important. Your mind is so important, and that's how that's how things get really tough, when your mental health is not in order and you're allowing the lies. That's what I call it. They're all lies, because how can you think that you're not good enough? Like, you are absolutely incredible and amazing. You are a human being. Like, God was like, this world needs to have you in it. That's why he created you. So to feel as though you're not good enough is like insane. But yet we do, that human part of ourselves doubts ourselves sometimes. We get concerned about certain things, we get worried about certain things, and sometimes you will have those moments, you know. But it's so important to surround yourself with the right people. So for me, like, I went to church yesterday, and you know, without even necessarily having to say anything, my sisters just covered me in prayer, and they just touched, like, basically just held me and covered me in prayer. And I just basically had a little bit of a cry, you know, in church, just because, not even because I'm unhappy, I'm so happy, guys, right now, but I just feel the pressure, the weight of the responsibility that I'm carrying right now, because of what I believe that God is doing in my life and what he's using me for. So the level of responsibility that I feel, guys, is insane. I don't think people really understand, unless you're somebody, it's all about, like, you're about legacy, you're about the long term, you're about longevity, you're about understanding, you know, what God has in store for you and the purpose that God has put over you. Then you will understand the weight of the responsibility that you have, not just to yourself, but to the generations that are about to come after you. Like, sorry guys, I just saw that I've got some makeup that hasn't been blended properly. Like, guys, this is gonna sound so wild, and it's gonna sound like, Nissy, man, you're putting too much pressure on yourself, but you don't understand. Like, I come from a line whereby poverty is quite the norm, like, in the sense, you know, lack poverty, not having enough is the norm. And I put it on myself and I said, there's no way. I believe that God has called our family for greater. He's called me for greater. So therefore, poverty ends with me. That is a big responsibility, to be the person that says, yep, poverty, you end at me. So for generations and generations, poverty has been the norm. Then you decide to come along and think, do you know what? No, I'm not just going to accept this. I'm not just going to take this lying down. I'm going to declare over my family that we're not going to have to be poor and struggle for the rest of our lives, and things are going to be difficult for the rest of our lives. But that comes with such a weighty responsibility, just knowing that you've made that decision, not just for yourself, but for generations that are going to come after you, for your children, for your children's children, is a lot, especially when there's no one in your family or no one that's really, really close to you that can show you how. Guys, saying that you're going to be the person that breaks certain generational curses off of your family, like, is a big responsibility. I said poverty, no. You know, broken family marriages or whatever, no. Not that I come from like a broken home in that sense, but to a degree things haven't exactly been great, and I just said that I'm going to do things different. Again, that comes with responsibility, you know. And then on top of that, there's then outside of even your family, but the fact that you have, you know, certain goals that you plan to achieve in terms of your career. So I plan to do certain things with my career. I'm trying to leave behind a legacy. I'm trying to encourage people, empower people. I'm all about helping people reclaim their power. All of these things come with responsibility. And we were actually speaking about it in church yesterday, like the fact that every great thing, everything that you search for, or every new thing that you get in your life comes with new responsibility. Just like you might say, okay, I want to get a car, a house, da-da-da-da-da. It's all well and good saying that you want those things, but then you have to pay the bills. Then you have to, you know, make sure something happens to your car, you pay for it to get fixed. You need to pay for petrol, you need to pay for insurance, you need to pay for tax. Like, and that's how sometimes I feel. And sometimes, yes, I feel like I'm under a lot of pressure. And again, you might think, but Nissy, this is all pressure that you're putting on yourself. But yes, I do put pressure on myself. I do. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to live a mediocre life. And if I don't want to live a mediocre life, I'm going to have to do things differently. And so doing things differently does come with pressure. It just is what it is, you know. So me waking up that day and feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough, whatever. You know, it's just moments of, you know, just moments of doubt. But I have complete and utter faith that, like, you know, you guys know that I'm a strong believer in God. My faith means a lot to me. Like, I truly do believe that God is carrying me. He didn't give me this vision, and he didn't give me the desires of, like, that I have in my heart for no reason. He knows why he gave it to me. So you know, I carry that with me, and I know the importance of it. As you can see, guys, I'm not into baking. I feel like baking makes me look ashy and makes me look like an old lady. So I don't bake. I just dab the powder in until it disappears. I'm going to go in with my MAC Dark Mineralized Skin Finish. The Mineralized Skin Finish powder in dark. I put the powder just to give me a bit of colour again, because the powder sometimes can be a bit pale. Draw along my face like this. I don't even know what I was really talking about. I don't really know if any of what I'm saying even makes sense. But there's just a lot of responsibility, guys, like on your head, when you know that there's a bigger goal and you know that there's a bigger dream than it just being about you. If it was just about me, maybe I wouldn't put so much pressure on myself, because I'm just like, well, you know, this is just about me. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But this is not just about me, and I feel like I put too much on my forehead, but it's okay because we can fix it. So what I normally do is I'll go back in with the powder, and I'll normally just sharpen the like this, and I'm going to go back in with the same colours that I used in the beginning, and I'm just going to go and add it onto my under eyes. I love it so much. I just think it just adds like a pop to your makeup. But yeah, guys, you know, I think it's one of those ones where there just needs to be a balance in life. I don't really know where I left off last, but just knowing that I was talking about responsibility and talking about the fact that when you know that there's such a big plan, sometimes it can be really hard because you know the responsibility that you have. Like, there's a lot of people that you see, you know, that work hard, and you think, how the hell do you work so hard? It's because when you know that this is not just about you, this is about your family, it's about generations to come, it's about making sure that, you know, your bloodline is basically good, because you have come from a family where everyone has basically been poor, everyone has gone through abuse, or everyone has gone through this, or everyone has gone through that, and you're trying to break those cycles, you're trying to break those generational curses, you're trying to break out of the mold. It can be very, very difficult, and you can feel like you're alone, you don't have the support that you need, or that you want. It can be very, very difficult and very, very challenging. One thing that I want to say as a whole is ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And the second thing that I want to say is, don't think that you're alone, because it's so easy to get into that mindset of when you do feel a little bit trapped in your mind and you feel, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough, I'm a failure, and all of these thoughts are going through your mind. Sometimes you can feel alone, but that's why it's so important to surround yourself with, if it's women that you feel encourage you, surround yourself with them. If it's certain people that you just need in your life to encourage you, surround yourself with them. By the way, very annoying, but I've run out of contour powder, so I can't actually go over my contour with powder. It's very, very irritating, but I ran out. I need to buy some more, but still, it is what it is. Now I'm just going to spray my face. I think I want to contour some more, you know. You might think this is a lot, I know, but I can't really talk and do my makeup, so I'm just applying some mascara. All my makeup stuff is basically nearly done. Like, I need to just go and do a makeup shop. Can you look at the difference, guys? Look at this. Look at the difference. That's my dot. 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 That's my. Boom bam do the wham. And that is my face, guys. That is my face. We've got a good look going on. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too extravagant. Got a fling on a wig now and go about my business. I'm gonna go now, but ultimately I just wanted to say to anyone who's like myself, who, you know, you are that person that always carries the weight, carries the responsibility, is always the person that people always come to. Please don't be afraid to ask for help, you know, or be afraid to just ask people when you need something, because you will actually find that people respond way better than you think, especially because you're someone that's constantly giving. You know, if you need something, don't struggle on your own, or don't struggle in silence. Go to obviously people that you trust and people that you know would have your best interest at heart. Not everyone has your best interest at heart, so I wouldn't say, you know, to go to anybody and everybody, because yeah, like I said, not everyone has your best interest at heart. So go to someone who, so I'm like trying to pack away at the same time, go to someone who you trust, go to somebody who you know you can talk to about anything, and don't be afraid to ask for help. You know, yes, be strong, be courageous, you are that person, you've been built for that, but everybody needs support. I don't care if you're the most happiest person in the world, everybody needs support. In fact, the happiest people in the world probably have the most support. Why I can stay so positive and so happy is because, you know, most of the time is because I have so many people who, not even so many, I just have a really close unit of friends who I can turn to when things are difficult, who will cover me, who will pray for me, who will pray over me, who will, you know, who I feel comfortable being vulnerable around, who I feel comfortable telling the truth to. So while other people might not necessarily know that I'm having a crappy day and things are going on, those close people would know, and they would be there to support me and to give me sound advice. That's what you really need, you know. You just need people to support you and to help you when you need it the most. So anyway, I'm gonna go so I can go about my business and do what I need to do. I hope that you enjoyed watching me do my makeup. I hope it was somewhat therapeutic and you took something away from it as well. I'll be back in a bit because you're going to be seeing me getting my wig snatched as well, because, you know, we've got to look like a buff baby, and that's got to do with everything. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys in a bit.
I'm on this you pay me, yo. I got a man them waiting.
I'll keep that bit in. The book
Man them waiting, oh yeah, yeah. You pay me, yo. I got a girl them waiting, yo. Cause I got the juice and gravy, yo. I got a girl them waiting, oh yeah, yeah. The money coming up in large, oh. If I spend it, I'ma make it back, oh. Girlie, can you free back, yo, baba? I'm a kaku story, oh, baba. I'm a kaku story, oh. I got a thing for your fine body, oh. Girl, say you boss my brain, you know, say you boss my brain. Baby, can you tell me what's the plan, though? I don't really care about your man, though. Stack paper, money is the angle. I got my I be dropping in the bando, so baby, can you tell me, can you handle? Cause I got something that you want to, so baby, can you tell me, can you handle? So yeah. I'm on this you pay me, yo. I got a man them waiting, yo. I got the juice and gravy, yo. I got a man them waiting, yo, yeah, yeah. You pay me, yo. I got a girl them waiting, yo. Cause I got the juice and gravy, yo. I got a girl them waiting.
Reject the energy.
Yeah, man. I just feel like a buff babe. Wow. Oh. Y'all too much. You have to come closer. Look at these people. Can you move your yeah. Do what you were doing. Look at do honor. This is CEO, by the way, CEO of Trap House Salon, yeah? Absolutely amazing. Tiwa, love her to bits. She's so incredible. And the one and only that slayed my hair again. Yeah. So, I thought, do you know what? I might as well wrap up right now. So,
would like to thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to Nissy's channel. Follow her on Instagram and all her platforms. Be sure to support her. All the things she does. You know, we move. She's got a new wig, new person. Tiwa here. You know, Trap House Salon. Get us on Instagram.
The Trap House Salon. The Trap House Salon.
I thought it was clear, yeah, the Trap House Salon.
At the Trap, don't worry, all information will be on the screen and in the description box below. But as you can see, Yema did it again. Look at this hair. Look. Okay, now we're gonna wrap it up, and I'm gonna go to my cutaways or when I look buff, and I put some music behind so that you guys can just pre-me and see me in my buffness. Okay.
All of that.
Pay me now, waiting you go give to my bossy. You pay me now, waiting you go give to my mommy. You chopping it down, you causing wahala, you causing a confusion. I'm on some confusion.
If you guys know how hard I had to work to not laugh.
Yeah. These girls are mad. I'll see you guys again in another video.
I'm on this you pay me, yo. I got a man them waiting, yo. I got the juice and